What if Deku had the commandments? Part 2. Now, where I left off, I made a lot of mistakes in the last video, like saying pity instead of piety, and how when someone holds hatred in their heart, they can't move. Now, I'd also like to say, go up to the community tab and vote for who you want Izuku to be with. I'm gonna have Momo, Uraraka, Juro, and Harem, and maybe one more. I'm not sure. Like, the things could change. It could be Suyu and Kendo, Asui, and stuff like that. Just go up there, and if you don't like any of those choices, go ahead and comment what you would want. Now, back into the video. Izuku was always Izuku just walks home, and once he gets home, his mother just tackles him into a hug and says, "Oh, Izuku, did you do well? I hope you did. Let's have katsudan for dinner, your favorite." Suzuki just smiles and says, "Thanks, Mom." As he walks into the door, as they start eating katsudan. Now, halfway through their dinner, somebody kicks down the door and puts a gun to Inko's head, who is cleaning the dishes right by the door. Now, Izuku gets obviously angry by this as he's watching until until the robber pulls the trigger right on Inko's head, killing her instantly. This basically triggers a reaction that unlocks his demon powers, which for now I'm just gonna say it's like black flames, which he can mold into claws and stuff, because I don't really know demon powers, so I'm just like kind of twisting it into my own version. Now, once he does this, he twists both of his arms using his black flames into claws as a mark, or his demon mark, appears right on his head. I'm not sure if that's like a demon mark or the commandment mark. I'm not really sure, but a mark appears right above one of his eyes as he charges right at the robber and swipes down with both of his claws as the robber starts splitting in many different pieces, like a slice of ham or a slice of bologna, peeling away from the bigger slice of meat. As Izuku just falls to the ground in pure anger and pure rage. He should have been fast enough. He could have been fast enough. It should have been him. He should have died. He could have saved her, but he didn't. He keeps telling himself this until he thinks, Mom wouldn't want me to think this. I don't think she would. She would want me to step up and continue my training to be the greatest hero. As he says this, he calls the police and tells them everything that happens. They let him off with a warning for the kill, as it technically was self-defense, which it's self-defense and was in his own home, so technically he got off with it. Now, he ends up getting a letter from UA about a week later. In this letter, he sees All Might, who tells him that he passed with flying colors with 200 villain points and 260 rescue points or hero points. This means he got 260 points. Zuko's obviously very excited for that, as he's like, yes, did well and I got into UA. But he's still a little sad about Inko's death. Remember, that was only a week ago. Now, walking back into UA a couple days after, he ends up seeing All Might as All Might walks up to him and says, Young Midoriya, what do you think about having one for all my quirk? Suzuki just looks at him and he's like, see, I don't want your quirk actually. I just discovered that I have black flames as another part of my quirk, or powers, per se, so I don't really need any more. Is All Might just like, understandable. It'd be wise not to be corrupted in so much power. So Zuko continues to walk in as he goes and sits down as like two girls just stand up and go to him, one being Momo and one being Uraraka, which he ended up both saving from something, whether it was from murderers or I can't really remember, but I know he saved Momo. He saved Momo from the sludge villain and Uraraka from the zero pointer. They go up to him saying, "Oh, thanks for saving me." They say this almost in unison, as both of them are kind of like Sakura and Ino towards Sasuke. Izuku now has like a little fan club with them, as all the girls are just wondering like how hot he is, basically. Now this could either be the start of a harem, or it could be like something how Sakura was the only one chosen by Sasuke. So once everyone sits down, Aizawa walks in and slams the door open, crawling in with his little caterpillar body, as he's like, "It took you all 8 seconds to quiet down. We're gonna have to work on that. Now put these on and go outside." Aizawa says this, and everyone goes up and takes them. Now, when Izuku's putting it on, he notices it is a little too tight, so he takes his shirt off of. He takes the shirt part of it off, or basically like unbuttons it or whatever. Now, once he walks outside, all the girls are basically just fawning over his 8-pack, 6-pack, whatever you want him to have, as all the guys are just looking at him in envy, like, guy already has a fan club of girls. I wish I was him. Now, Mineta is crying tears of blood, as he already sees that Izuku's turning into some sort of ladies' man. He's got already a fan club, as Mineta's like, "I wish that was me." Now, Aizawa throws Izuku a ball and says, "Throw this your absolute strongest. Don't hold back." As Izuku starts making his hand be filled up with black flames, as a claw appears around it, as a mark appears above one of his eyes, as he grabs the ball, walks into the circle, winds back, and chucks the ball into space, probably hitting off of a space station and busting a hole through it, which could lead to many deaths. But they didn't know that. They're just gonna say a asteroid hit it for now. Now, everyone's shocked by how Izuku just threw this ball so easily with like minimum effort, as I was like, "Well, I was gonna make you do it again, but since you got into space, I guess I really can't do that unless I want the same outcome." As Izuku's just like, "Yeah, I guess so." As he walks back over and sits down waiting for the next test to happen. Izuku ends up getting first on all of the tests, as nobody could beat him. His black flames made it almost impossible. Nobody actually did anything that would happen for the commandments to work, so nothing really happened. Now, after after all this happened, Aizawa tells them to go introduce themselves at and then go home. Once they go up, everyone goes until Izuku's the last one to go. He walks up, says, "I'm Izuku Midoriya, and I'm corkless. If you're wondering what I was using to use my flames, that's my power. I don't have a cork, but I've been blessed with the power of 5 of the 10 commandments. I might even be able to unlock the rest of the 10, but I'm still not sure yet, as I'm still unlocking new abilities with my power, such as these black flames." Everyone's just shocked at this overpowered kid just standing in there, and some people are cowering in the corner, being Mineta, who was planning to jump him and try and tell him his secrets for how he got so many ladies. Now, after all this happened, Izuku walks home having nothing to do, and once he goes back home, he does his normal training routine as he goes to school the next day. Now, here, All Might runs through the door in hero classes as he's like, "I'm walking through the door like a normal person." So everyone just sweat drops, and it's like, that wasn't really normal. Until it hits them, it's like, wait, All Might? That's so cool. Zuko already have seen him for a long time. Doesn't think it's too cool, but he's like, "Yeah, okay, it's pretty cool." Now, once that it's out of the way, All Might says, "Alright, so who's a hero without hero costumes?" As suitcases start to go out from the wall. Now, this is the point I want you guys to go down in the comment section below and tell me what you guys want his hero costume to look like. Now, back to the video. Everyone takes their hero costume and goes and gets dressed. They go outside to meet All Might as he says, "We are doing a villain exercise inside a building. One team of 2 was going to be the heroes, and the other team of 2 is going to be the villains. The hero's task is to try and capture a bomb that's being hidden inside within a 50-minute time limit, or capture all the villains. Now, if this isn't done and the 15 minutes is up, then the heroes will lose." Everyone's like, "Alright, but why is it being inside?" All Might again explains that most exercises or hostile situations with hostages will be inside, so it's best to start off early training with it. So they all understand. Once any misconceptions with the activity are done, All Might says that they will now be drawing teams. He goes up to a raffle and says, "Alright, Team A is going to be the heroes. On this team is Zuko Midoriya and Momo Yaoyorozu." This is when Uraraka's like, "Oh, that Momo pig." It's basically, they both headbutt each other. And they're like, "What'd you just hate at me, you poor little..." They keep going back and forth until Izuku is to pry off Momo, as Momo just smirks at Uraraka. She's like, "Heh, told you you liked me more." Izuku just neck chops Momo as she passes out, and he's like, "Sorry for that." As they go and get ready to fight their villain team, which was announced, which will be Ida and Bakugo. Now, Ida and Bakugo go and set up inside, and as soon as they're done setting up, All Might yells, "The 5 minutes are up! Heroes may enter the building." Now, Momo still hasn't woken up, so Izuki just decides to drag her with him. And once they get inside, she somehow miraculously just jumped up and it's like, "I'm awake." Suzuki's like, "Alright, good. Now I won't have to carry you for the rest of your time." I mean, it wasn't that hard though. You're pretty light. Now, once they say this, Bakugo comes straight around the corner and he's like, "Deku, you stupid bastard. I'll kill you." This is when anyone who holds hatred in their heart or the commandment of love activates. Bakugo immediately stops and falls to the ground, struggling to even move a centimeter. He's like, "What? Deku, what'd you do?" Izuku just walks up to him and he's like, "Oh, Bakugo, I thought you already... To think you already forgot one of my commandments, the commandment of love. Anyone who holds hatred in their hearts will be unable to inflict harm on anyone." Oh, it's sad, Bakugo. You really are such a stupid little creature. Suzuki says this, he stomps on Bakugo's head, knocking him out. Both Izuku and Momo continue to walk until they are inside the chamber with the bomb. Izuku tells Momo to try and sneak around to find or try and go around Ida as Izuku distracts him. Izuku puts a wall of black flames around Ida, so Ida's like looking around. He's like, "What is this? What is the meaning of this?" As he's trying to swipe at the black flames, only for it to burn him. He's like, "Ah, what?" Now, Izuku, I'm going to say, is the only one who can heal the black flame burns. So, if somebody gets burned by the black flames, it will never heal unless Izuku wants it to be healed. Which right now he's using healable black flames. I'm going to say that. My own version of black flames or whatever. Now, Momo ends up getting past Ida as she goes and touches the bomb as All Might announces that the heroes have won as Momo touched the bomb. This makes Ida saddest. He's like, no, I was unable to compare. I am not worthy of the Ida name. So he just goes up and pats his back, and he's like, it's alright, buddy. We all make mistakes. As they walk back, as now All Might asks Uraraka who was the MVP. Uraraka says it was obviously Izuku, as he came up with a strategy for winning. Now, All Might's like, yes, young Uraraka, that is correct. Now, once they finish that talk and go back around, or go back, undress, and go home, all awaiting the next day. Once that day comes, in homeroom, Aizawa announces that they will be voting for who should be class president. Now, a lot of people start raising their hands and it's like, me, pick me. Now, everyone is just going crazy about this. Like, choose me, choose me. As Ida slams his hands down on the table and says, relax, class. We must do this in an organized manner. So I suggest democratic vote. We will all put our votes on a sheet of piece of paper and put them in our ballot. The person with the most votes wins. Now, Izuku ends up getting votes from half the class as he, has his, harem going that he doesn't even know. He has his fan club. So, anybody who didn't vote for him was obviously probably going to get kicked out, as they all fantasize about doing it with Izuku. Sorry if that somehow offends you. Now, Izuku, oblivious to this, ends up getting voted up with Ida, and with actually Ida being vice president. Since none of the girls voted for themselves or each other, that means all the boys would have to vote for one of them. Which they didn't, as they all voted for themselves, besides Izuku, who voted for Ida. Now, once this happens and they go get in line for lunch, and they start eating pretty normal. And that's all until flashes of red line the lunchroom as everyone starts freaking out, like, what's going on? What's going on? That's until a senior, or I don't really know high school status stuff, but one of the third years comes up and says, oh, this is a third level security thing. This has not happened the entire time I've been at UA. It must be because a villain has broken in. Which just makes a whole of class 1A freak out, except Deku. He doesn't really care. He knows he's strong enough to beat almost any villain. So he just continues to eat his lunch, which kind of makes other people around him be like, wait, why is he not panicking? That's when Izuku just stands up and he's like, isn't it obvious it's just the press outside? Geez, and this is a hero school. I thought you were all better than this. Clearly, you have not shown that. Which everyone's like, he's right. We shouldn't be running out. We're a hero school. We should be defending it. This is where the next generation of people who save others are made or trained. We should be protecting this, not running away. Which they're all like, yeah, but we don't have to do that, right? Because it's the media. Which just makes other people go kind of on edge, but not really. Now, after that day and everyone walks back, Aizawa tells them to go get into their hero costumes as they're going to the U.S.J. Once they put all their hero costumes on, they start walking out towards the bus. Ida tries and makes them get into some sort of wacky single file line, but to his dismay, they don't, as they just walk up into the bus without care. Which just makes Ida kind of mad. He's like, oh, what is this prepostery? Once he walks on and sees it's an open layout bus, he's like, I was wrong. I am sorry, my fellow classmates. Which everyone just sweat drops his antics and they're like, yep, okay. So that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy What If Deku Was a Commandment Part 2. And I hope you guys do enjoy this newer mic that I do have. See ya, guys. Bye.